Hey up, how we doing? Welcome back. It is a brew day. It is grey, wet, cold outside. I've got to be honest, I'm a bit bored of this weather now. I'm a bit bored. Come on, let's have a little bit. I know I'm moaning summer because I'm ginger and I get burnt, but a little bit. It's not particularly cold today, I've got to be honest. It's just dreary and wet. Weighed my grains out. Chucked a load on the driveway. I'm making a bit of a mess of it, but we're alright. We're alright. Come on, what are we brewing today? I'm going to have a little salted caramel cappuccino for the morning. Not had my breakfast yet. I said I'd eat healthier after Christmas. I'm going to have some porridge. I haven't started particularly very well, but anyway, here we go. We're mashed in. You usually come to me at this point, and there's a reason for that. I normally brew when I take Martha to school. I'm on school run, my wife goes to work. Sum up, I get my water ready, treated, Camden tablet the night before. I normally get my grains weighed out. I didn't get that done yesterday, so I've done it this morning. Normally know what I'm going to do. And then, so I chuck my water on as soon as we get up, and then it's warming, strike water, and then it's warm enough to mash in when I get back. And then by the time I've got cleared up, job's done, they're off to school. We're a bit late in the day to get the camera out too early. So, yeah, that's where we are. That's why you normally join me at this period. What are we brewing? I'm brewing a Citra and Mosaic IPA. So when I first started brewing, you've heard me talk about this before, I think. I love brewing with Citra and Mosaic. Absolutely fantastic. Brewed it lots. You haven't seen lots of videos on it because you just don't keep doing it. But there's a change. There's a change, isn't there? I have started pressure fermenting. And I want to know, after spending, and brewing's cheap, we say, don't we, when we start, a bucket and a kit. But to be fair, I've got into pressure fermenting and it starts. I've got fermentation fridges and a kegerator and stainless steel, and you know what I mean. If you just add it up, don't even think about it. But so I've spent this money on a pressure fermenter. We've now got the hot bong. I'm going to use this for the first time. So I want to know, is it better in a pressure fermented situation than in a bucket? Is it that much better? So I'm going to find out. I'm confident. I'm doing it now because I'm confident. I've done some bits. I've done some pressure fermenting, so I'm confident that I can use that. I haven't used the hot bong before. Oh, I'm going to do a separate video on that, I think. But okay, I'm not confident on that. But you've got to use it at some point, haven't you? And I'm confident with close transferring now. So pressure ferment, no oxygen. That hot bong, flush it. Dry hop, no oxygen. Close transfer into the keg, no oxygen. So this is good. This is good. Is it going to be this much better? That's what I want to know. Let's have a look at the recipe. As always, not complicated. 4.5 kilograms of Maris Otter. We've got 100 grams of light crystal. We have got 50 grams of flaked barley. We're going to have 35 grams of North Down for bittering at the start of a 40-minute boil. I need to use that up. I've got some Magnum in bits. It's a bit old. I'm using it for bittering now. It's like 8 alpha acids. I'm just going to get that used up and I'm going to use it for bittering till it's gone. I'm going to have 35 grams of Mosaic and 35 grams of Citra last 10 minutes. No whirlpool in this. We're just going to chill it down and get it in fermenter. Then we're going to dry up with said hop bong, hopefully, if I don't mess it up, with 50 grams of Citra and 50 grams of Mosaic. We're going to ferment with Crossmaloof 5 because the last experiment I did, I used Clipper and I thought that's right. This is going to be nice and neutrally. It's going to give me a good result. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I'm excited. That's got about 10 minutes left. That's got 2 minutes left of the mash. And my sparge water ain't hot enough yet. Let's have a look what it is. We're at 62. I want that at 77. It's right. Just leave that mashing a bit longer. Right then, let's get on with the brew day. I'll see, I might get some brew footage, I might not. I'm going to try and do a video on my hot bong separately. I'm going to take this apart, get in the kitchen, put it back together, make sure everything's ready for the day. Might do a separate video on that, and then I'll video it. I hope it goes well. We'll see how the day goes. See you in a bit. Right, I'm going to do a quick explanation. This keg is 23 kg full of beer. Although today, I can just see it up the side, so we're not going to need that. I have sanitised the keg. I've then purged the keg with CO2. Beer out, everything sanitised obviously. Beer out into keg. Gas out, back into Firmzilla. As long as the pressure in there is higher than the pressure in there and you've got some gravity, you should do no more gas needed, oxygen free transfer. It should just keep going round and round and round and round and round until beer is out of there and is in there, ready for a lovely slurp. The beer is ready, ladies and gentlemen. The beer in the glass. We're pretty clear. This one doesn't do me many favours, to be fair. But there's plenty of hops in this, so sometimes that happens, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's clear enough for me. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colour. Look at that. Lovely. It has got a stunning white head. Beer lines have been cleaned out today. They are super sparkly and lovely. Fantastico. I love it. I love it. So, the beer looks beautiful. Have we got any carbonation? Carbonation rising up the glass with a lovely white, a fluffy head. So, the plan with this was all this equipment we buy and all this YouTube watching we do, watch people learn how to close transfer and things like that. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it, hoppage wise, than just brewing in a bucket, which I have done for years and years with absolutely no problems, fantastically amazing results. So the people say, don't get any oxygen in your beer. I mean, I've been slagged, bucket lids off, chucking hops in, beer into the keg out of a tube from the tap, just sloshing about. And I've had some lovely beers, it's got to be said. But does pressure fermenting, pressure hop bong, close transfer into a keg actually make that much difference? Because we spend some money, don't we? There's been some money spent. So on the aroma, ladies and gentlemen, oh, that's fruity. That is super fruity. Now there is some hops in this, isn't there? 50, 100, 130, it's about 170 grams, I think. But this beer I have brewed many times. This is just the first time I've brewed it in a pressure fermenter, dry hop with a hop bong, and then close transferred. I'll tell you what, she smells fruity, and spoiler alert, this is not my first beer off this keg. It ain't. I'm in here doing this. I've just come back from France, been on holiday, thought I'd better get this done before this keg is no longer. It smells fruity. It looks the part. It smells the part. Does it taste the part? Ladies and gentlemen, does it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It came in at 5.8% of the ABV. Now, I had some good efficiency on this one. Maybe a bit... It's not too strong for me. It's alright, but... Oh, I tell you what. That is fruity. That is proper fruity. Perfect on the bitterness all the way through. I think Mosaic, we've done similar, haven't we, or did we do the same? I think Mosaic can be the stronger hop with the Citra. Citra's just a bit maybe more subtle, but this, you got to remember, I've brewed this many a time. When I started, and it sort of proceeded through as my go-to two hops if I wanted to chuck some on quick, brew, because it was never a disappointer. It was always lovely. Now this one has definitely got some about it. This is amazing. The citrus, definitely there. That Mosaic blueberry, I don't think I get anything with that. But definitely that tropical, that tangerine, that herbalness you get from it mixes lovely with that lovely citra, which obviously Mosaic has the citrus influence as well into it, doesn't it? That carbonation is definitely the first beer in the night. That carbonation is definitely there. Perfect. I love the look of it. It smells like it tastes. That aroma is really punchy. Super punchy aroma. I think that definitely stands out. There's absolutely no grassiness. I mean, you can get a bit of grassiness, can't you, with Mosaic? There's no grassiness in this. It's well rounded. It's super fruity. I'll tell you what it has done, I think maybe, unless it's just me, and I don't know whether it's because I've done all this, but I've not had it before. This beer has got a proper creaminess to it. We talk about mouthfeel, and I struggle with mouthfeels. Like I can tell a light, medium, or a heavy mouthfeel, like with a stout. If it's a heavy mouthfeel, it's thick, or a light. If it's a bit thin, I can do that. But this has got, something has given it a creamy texture, and I don't know whether it's those hops being so loved and looked after and cherished and nurtured, and I don't know whether it's that, but this has got a really, to me, it's got a really creamy mouthfeel. It's on CO2, it's not nitro, but you know that nitro-y, that creaminess, those hops are on the nose, out there, definitely the hoppiest beer, or the hoppiest beer I've brewed at the moment. And the mouthfeel creamy, and the taste is hoppy and beautiful. It is a stunner. It's taken a beer that I love to another level, this has. How much more to another level? Probably 30% better. I can brew this. I can brew this with my eyes closed. I can do the taste on this with my eyes closed. I know what it tastes like. I'm pretty consistent with this. That is absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness, it's really good. It's like really, really good. Craziness. It's craziness, crazy good. So what was the point of this, by the way? What was the point of this? The point of this was all the money we spend. So what have I done? I bought a Firmzilla with a pressure kit, with a trub dump. I bought another fridge because I couldn't fit it in my normal fermentation fridge. I was like 85 quid. I was lucky with that because that is a stonking fridge. It's like only a year on. It's mint. It's a good one. And it cold crashes lovely. I've bought a hot bong. They're over 50 quid, aren't they? I'm not taking into the... I'll keg it anyway. A couple of pipes. There's a few hundred quid there, isn't there? Has that made all that much difference to me personally? Because it's subjective. Absolutely. Without a second thought. Shadow of a doubt. Yes. I love it. I love it. And I'm pleased I did this with a beer I know. Because if I'd done it with hops I hadn't used before or a different beer I hadn't brewed before, I'd still be umming and ahhing a bit. That has made that beer a lot better, I think. Now, there was nothing wrong. There'll be people screaming at me, won't they? Going, oh yeah, but it's a lot of... And I get that. And I'm not dissing brewing in a bucket because I've had some lovely beers all the time. I am just saying, does it make that much difference? And personally, I think, and I'm no expert, for me, that has absolutely brought that beer to another level. It's brought so much more out of those hops, I think. Now, I'm not sure about the close transfer, or I don't know whether it's just the pressure fermenting, because you take the lid off the fermentation, chuck your hops in, as long as you're not leaving it for 20 minutes, kicking it around and wafting stuff around, you've got that layer of CO2, haven't you, from the fermentation, protecting it anyway. So the hop bong, don't know, I can just go by what I've done. I went all in, all of a sudden, all in. And I don't know why. I just got really excited, I think. But yes, absolutely, definitely, that has made, I think, to a beer that I know really well, it's brought it to another level. And this has probably been in the keg 3 weeks, maybe 4. And it doesn't seem to be dropping off those hops at the moment. This is still as hoppy as the sample that I had. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. I think I would like to get a snub nose to go in the other fermentation fridge. Do some more pressure fermenting. Bitters. I don't know whether I mentioned this earlier on in the video. I did it a while ago. Bitters and stouts still going to get the bucket treatment, but hoppier beers. I'm sort of getting close to feeling confident enough to brew a New England IPA maybe. It's a big shout. My worry is that there's a lot of money goes into there, and if it goes wrong... It's really funny, isn't it? Because you spend a load of money on hops to put in a NEPA, but on the other side of that is those hops can be your enemy, can't they? If you get that wrong, it's going to be the hops that cause you the problems. So you spend all the money on the hops, but they're the ones that could kill it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm waffling. This is a fantastically lovely beer. I'm absolutely loving it. This was just one experiment for me, for my peace of mind. I'd already bought the stuff just to give it a go. I fancied moving on a bit. You can, in lots of ways, brew great beer with all sorts of equipment. This was just about pressure fermenting for me. For my peace of mind, I decided to go that way. Is it worth it for me? It's definitely worth it for me. I think so. It's not in my head. That creaminess is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, decent. I like it. I love it. I don't just like it. I love it. Again, this will not be the last time I brew this. Oh, I love it. It is such a great beer. Standalone great beer. 2 hops together that just go so well together. I love it. I love it. If I had a core beer in a brewery, this would be one of my core beers. I don't know what I'd call it. Or that is that because I love it so much. Anyway, yes, it would be. This would definitely be a core beer if I had a brewery. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been of some use. Just remember, please, these are only my opinions and I am no expert. I do this for a bit of fun. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.